Hey guys, Angelo here, working in Inkscape. Going to show you guys how to make these four uh, shapes. Working with triangles. Triangles are one of my favorite shapes. And then also, there's been lots of questions just online in general how to make a triangle in Inkscape. As you can see, you have your squares, your cubes, your circles. So I'm going to show you guys how to make these four shapes. Pretty simple, but really good to know in Inkscape. Inkscape is one of my favorite programs to work in. I've been using it for pretty much all of my assignments this semester, as well as some personal projects that I'm working on. So let's get started. The first shape we're going to make is just your normal triangle. The way we're going to do that is we're going to click on our Create Stars and Polygons tool. So we're going to click here. You're going to see that you have the polygons or stars. Let's click on the polygon. Normally, a polygon has how many? It's going to have 5 corners. So if you were to draw this and pull this out, you're going to have those 5 corners. I'm working with a different color. I'm going to be using orange. That way we can distinguish the ones that I've already made. That way we can compare and contrast here. So a triangle has 4 corners. So if we hit the control button on our keyboard and we just sort of kind of drag up, it's going to give us that perfect triangle here. So we just pull that straight up, and there's our triangle. If you hit the select tool here, you can sort of kind of drag this thing around in whatever area you want it to be in. All right, so that's our first shape here. Pretty simple. Next shape here, I like to call this, if you guys play video games, like your button, triangular button, if you will. I play a little bit of video games here and there, but I also think that it sort of kind of looks like a candy corn. I'm one of those weird people that really like candy corn during the October months and when Halloween comes up. Also, maybe remind me of that because this is orange. One cool thing that you use in Inkscape all the time, I'm going to show you. You can duplicate this shape here, this orange triangle. If you hit Command D for duplicate, you can duplicate that triangle if you click here on the triangle, but first hold down Control, click, drag over. This is going to give you that triangular shape. We're going to be using that shape for all 4 of these, so let's just create 2 more. So if I Command duplicate, I just did it twice, Control, drag over to the right. That just keeps it aligned here on the line here. And then let's click here again, Control, drag. That should give us another one. All right, this just makes it easier so we don't have to create multiple ones over and over and over. So we're gonna go ahead and make this candy corn type shape. If we click on that shape, we're gonna click on our Stars and Polygons tool. Only thing that we need to do is change our rounded, and you can literally just pull that up just a little bit, hit the plus button a couple of times until you get your desired shape. So I'm going to leave it right about there. That's that one. Pretty simple. This one here is going to be just your normal rounded triangle. A lot of people use this for different designs and shapes and with logos and things of that nature. If you guys can name what this reminds you of, it reminds me of like a pool cue, if you will. That's sort of kind of how they're shaped. So we'll just call this one the pool cue. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the orange triangle down here at the bottom. If you've never used Inkscape before or not familiar with it, you're going to have 2 things down here at the bottom. You have the fill, which is the color inside, and the stroke, which is the color on the outside, which is the line on the outside. So if we change that, the way to change the stroke, you have to hit Shift. Let's change it to black really quickly. That way we can see it. So you can see it's pretty thin. What we will do is we're going to make it a little bit thicker. So let's change it to about 75 here. And then we're going to hit Enter. So that's going to give us that thicker stroke here. Once we get that stroke made, what we're going to need to do is round out these corners. So you can see this little option, join. You have the join, which will create the rounded circles. This one is like a bevel, and then this other one is just the pointed, which we're already on. So we just need to click join here. Once we click that, it's going to give us that shape that we need. You can just change this color of the stroke back to orange. Again, you have to hit shift, and then we can click the orange color that we're already on. There we go. There's our shape. Easy as that. This one here to our right is going to be a little bit more difficult, and once you get used to doing it, it makes it a little bit easier. So I like to call this the ninja star, if you will. It's not really a triangle like these three are closer to a triangle. It's just in the shape of a triangle, I guess. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and create that shape there. What we would need to do is something a little bit different. Stars and polygons tool, we're going to click on that. And then what we're going to do is click on the star. Then we'll end up clicking on the shape here. And we'll get this little node. We need to just pull this node directly in. See how it creates that pointed ninja shape? You can actually move this around and create all different types of shapes that you want by moving the node, but we don't need to do all that. So we just pull the node straight in. We can shape it and corner it. You can make it as sharp as you want, as pointed as you want. You can make it thicker. So let's just do it right about here, which is similar to the other. One other thing that I want to show you guys is that you can also just make these a little bit larger by pulling these little corners in and out on Inkscape, which is cool. So if you need to shape it, if you hit Control and do that, it'll keep it organized and linear on the horizontal and vertical axis, which is pretty cool. A lot of people need that for different logos and if you want it to be very symmetrical. There's one other way to make a triangle, and I discovered this by running into a YouTuber that was making triangles. But one way you can do that is extensions. This is pretty simple. Render, I believe, and should be render, and there should be triangle. So it renders a triangle for you. It should pop up here somewhere. You can change your side length and things of that nature, but mode 3, so we're just going to apply so we can see what it shows up. It's working on a triangle. Looks like it receives some additional data. Looks like we did maybe something incorrectly here. From 3 sides. Let's try to get a live preview. Looks like it's not working for me. But this is one other way. I'm getting some type of error. Normally this is supposed to work, but this is one type of way that you can create a triangle. The system itself will just create a triangle in itself, which is pretty cool, and it'd be just like a line triangle. I think it's better to go with this method because you get sort of kind of that specific triangle that you want. So we've created these 4 shapes, which is pretty cool. And then again, there is an option to create an extension to do so, render and render triangle. Not sure why it's not working on my system. It just worked earlier. But that should normally work as well. But here are your 4 shapes that we've created. Simple shapes that you can use to create logos. Maybe like an icon for an application that you're making or something like that. But that's triangles with Inkscape. I hope you guys have had a great holiday and a great rest of your semester. And I wish you guys the best of luck. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.